During the hours she spends at the Bai, she notes all the arrivals, and crucially, who greets whom. It's late afternoon, and Andrea has noticed two related elephants who've arrived from different parts of the forest.
This is Mimi 1, who's the matriarch of this group. Mimi 1 knows that Mimi 2 is there. Yeah, they're heading right towards each other. There we go. There's a nice greeting going on right now. Some very low frequency. Yeah, now they're trunking each other. Yeah. Yep. That's a mother and daughter. So some of these greetings are very subtle, and if you know the individuals, then you can predict them.
By understanding these relationships, Andrea's made an important discovery. In the forest beyond the Bai, it's rare to see more than one elephant at a time. People assumed they led solitary, independent lives. Andrea believes that even though relatives might not stay together in the forest, they do appear to know each other's whereabouts.
I think it was the general misconception about forest elephants only having small family groups. But they do have extensive networks, and they should, because, I mean, we know that about savanna elephants. Why shouldn't forest elephants still maintain these social groups?
Zanga Bai, as well as offering medicinal salts, appears to be an important venue for elephant family reunions. Andrea is beginning to understand why the Bayaka call this place the village of elephants. But even the Bayaka don't understand how the elephants appear to second-guess each other's movements, how they know when other family members will be at the Bai. To get to the bottom of this, Andrea has had to start thinking like an elephant. Tuning into this forest world as they do.
In only a few months' time, the water here will cease to flow. 8,000 square kilometers of swamp will dry and disappear. And all the hippos of the Okavango will face real hardship. Water is the hippo's sanctuary. It keeps them cool in the baking heat and provides the vegetation on which they depend. And safety away from predators. But with all of this slowly evaporating, everyone will need to be prepared. The calf is now several weeks old and has built up his strength. It's time for him to meet the family. Returning to the pod with a new baby is inevitably risky. The mother has to re-establish that she's a member of the pod. And in the excitement, a clumsy adult could crush her calf. The dominant bull was right in her path. If she stands her ground with him, half her battle could be won. problem comes from an unexpected place. Her previous calf is showing an unhealthy interest. She's battle-scarred and appears to have a quarrelsome nature. Jealousy or curiosity? Whichever it is, it's dangerous. Her calf is far too young to be pushed around like this. He's frightened and stays close to his mother. This has turned into an attack, and the mother must put a stop to it. The pair remain on the periphery of the pod. But the rest of the family can still hear them. Hippos are thought to be the closest living relatives of whales. And they too make most of their vocalizations underwater. Their head and jawbones capture vibrations and transmit them directly into the ear. Vibrations become sound. And in these quiet waters, these can carry up to a mile. A mother black bear is looking for something suitable for her cubs. This is their first ever trip to the seaside. In a few hours, the tide will return. So they must keep up with Mum. Here's something tasty. Crabs. Big crabs can give a nasty nip, so it's best to start off with smaller ones. During spring, 3/4 of the bear's food comes from the beach. But now, this family is not alone. An adult male. He's double her size, and they're in his territory. The cubs know that call. It's time to head for safety. Bears have poor eyesight, but their sense of smell is acute, and the male has detected intruders. He knows exactly which tree they are in. If the cubs stay up there, they'll be safe, but they're losing precious feeding time. For now, he's content to leave his scent mark. A warning note for trespassers. The family moves on. For the cubs, lunch today will have to be a takeaway. The tide comes in, and within minutes, feeding time is over for another day.
Some of the world's most abundant and diverse bamboo forests. In the giant panda park, they are critically important, supplying 99% of the panda's diet, making it the perfect place for a mother to raise her cub. With each passing day, this youngster is being prepared for adult life. Today's lesson is how to eat bamboo. It's not as simple as it sounds. It must be fresh. The cane must be split perfectly. The most digestible part is inside. The enormous jaw muscles needed to crunch bamboo are what give pandas their characteristic round faces. The youngster practices on a stick. As an adult, she'll eat 40 kilograms of bamboo a day. Pandas evolved with the carnivore's digestive system, which means they're born lacking the key plant processing gut bacteria they need. During weaning, a seemingly affectionate exchange between mother and baby may be a way of passing her cub crucial bamboo digesting microbes through her saliva. When the cub is weaned at around 18 months, they will separate, and the youngster must go it alone.
In Uganda, a group of banded mongoose mothers have a unique way of bringing up their young. The alpha female has given birth, along with 2 other females. They're so in sync, they can give birth on the exact same day. It's a strategic move. The alpha female would attack the other pups if she could easily distinguish them from her own. But these pups are all the same age, in the same den, and share a communal scent. None of the mothers can tell which of these 12 new pups are theirs. As a result, it's one big happy family. But with over 40 mongooses sharing one underground den, it can quickly become infested with parasites. They constantly move house, in part to keep clean and healthy, which is where their extended family comes into its own. They wait until the coast is clear of predators. And then they grab all the pups, no matter whose they are, and set off. Moving house is stressful enough, without having to do it every week. But finally they reach their new home. The incredible ability of these mothers to coordinate their timing and get others to help out means their babies have the best possible chance of survival. And hidden away in their new home, these babies are in the safest place they can possibly be. Keeping your children safe is the biggest challenge for any parent. And out on the exposed plains of the Arctic tundra, it's made even tougher for new Muskox mothers, as there's nowhere to hide their young calves. Summer has finally arrived, and this means fresh grazing in the valleys. Things should be looking up. But the downside is that predators know exactly where to find them. Arctic wolves roam the landscape in search of food. A helpless young Muskox calf is a perfect target. These wolves are lethal hunters and strategically split the herd, separating the youngster from its mother. But here, When you mess with one muskox, you mess with the whole family. The group forms a tight ring of lethal horns. And safely in the centre is the youngest member of the group. Shaken, but still standing. As a team, these oxen have seen off their enemy. When you're a parent, knowing the rest of your family will help you out in times of trouble means you're far more likely to return the favour in the future. So how can a father ever know for sure if he's the daddy? A pair of snowy owls has set up home on the Arctic tundra. And their nest has some new arrivals. Their solution to Dad's paternity insecurity is to pair up and become monogamous. By sticking with the same partner for the breeding season, a male gets as much assurance as possible that he is the father. It means Dad is happy to work flat out, which is exactly what this hungry family needs. Mum stays at the nest most of the time to brood all her chicks, so Dad must collect enough food for the whole family. As the chicks grow, so do their demands for food. Each chick will eat 2 of these lemmings a day. Together, the owlets will consume around 2,000 lemmings in a year. It keeps Dad very busy. With the pressure on for him to provide, Dad is constantly away hunting. Which means this stay-at-home mum has to keep guard. A skua. These voracious predators are known as the pirates of the air and would make an easy meal of one of her precious chicks. The owl mum has to fight for her chicks' lives. And proves herself more than capable. Happy enough that he's the father, Dad becomes as dedicated a parent as Mum. And together, this committed partnership keeps the chicks well fed and safe.